My name is Earl Simons. I serve as the Director of Government and Community Relations here at York College. I work in the Office of the President. I'm going to serve as your facilitator this morning, but first and foremost, I want to thank everyone for coming out this morning, and we want to honor everyone's time, and so we're going to stick to the program and move through everything so you can enjoy this special morning and this special day. It is with great pleasure and honor that I first bring up to the podium the president of York College, Dr. Marcia Keys.
So good morning, everyone, and what a great day this is for York College and for York Early College Academy. It is really a phenomenal day. And I know the real day is June 25th, right? That's the real day. But any time between now and June 25th, we can continue the celebrations. Now, are there some benchmarks still to be met, Ms. Burnett? Yes, that's right. There's still some work to be done, right? There's still some I's to be dotted and some T's to be crossed. But I think that having come thus far, you certainly will take the remainder of the journey and walk across that stage on June 25th and really be celebrated. On behalf of our more than 8,000 students here at York, or almost 200 faculty, our many administrators, and all of the college community, we really are delighted to join you this morning at this breakfast to honor the students, the faculty, the staff, and of course the loving parents of our students who are graduating from the York Early College Academy. It's really a delight, as always, to have our Chancellor in the house with us, and you'll hear from him later. We thank you for really all of your support over the years here at York, and of course, all of your leadership, your really tenacious and bold leadership as you stood into the role of Chancellor. So, it was some years ago that I came to York as the president of York. It was February 14th, 2005. Oh, you were so young, right? And so was I. But it was February 14th, Valentine's Day. And one of the things that was placed as a challenge and as a responsibility and an opportunity was the founding of the York Early College Academy. And we already had on the York College campus a high school, the Queen's High School for Science at York College. And I said to myself, 2 high schools, one a middle school to high school. Oh, wow. And York had its own challenges. However, there were lots of incentives. There was good work that had been laid by the founders, and I really want to acknowledge Dr. Smith in this role. She's retired now in Florida, but she's back. Our faculty had really embraced the concept, and they saw that as part of York's continuing partnership with the community in K through 12, that this was a good thing. Of course, we were also incentivized because this notion of the Early College Academy is something that had been gaining some popularity across the nation, and it was being funded, at least in the initial stages, by Bill and Melinda Gates. And so there was reason to be supportive and not completely skeptical. The skepticism in me, there was reason to be supportive, and I got behind it because so many good people had done great work. And the early years were a challenge, let's just face it. Sometimes it's not easy to align the curriculum. Sometimes it's not easy to work with the Board of Ed and the Board of Higher Ed, even though we're both in education. We close the building at a different time and you open it at a different time and so on and so forth. But nonetheless, with some very good work and some very good leadership, we took the task. And it's really a delight to say that we have walked the path and the journey these 7 or so years now leads us to some phenomenal results. And we really celebrate the students today. We celebrate you because you've been the experiment that's proven the critics wrong, like me, right? You're the experiment that said you've lived the dream, and somebody else is going to share the outcomes. But for me, as a college president, it is really a delight that you walked the path, you completed this path, and having finished one path, finished one goal, I am completely confident that you will finish everything else that you start in your life. Being able to close that is really important. So I want you, as you walk this path, I want you to thank the leaders of your institution, Ms. Burnett, Mr. DeAngelis, your teachers. Let's give them some applause. I've already acknowledged Dr. Smith. I want to acknowledge as well Dean Clark, who took the baton. And Ms. Newhouse, she's somewhere here. Oh, there she is. Really? And I want to say a very warm set of congratulations to the parents, because you've been there with your children, your daughters and your sons, shoulder to shoulder, working with them so that they can complete this path. I'm delighted that some of you will join York. Some of you will go elsewhere, and that's great. But some of you will join York, and we remain committed to the 20 or 21 of you who will come to keep our arms circled around you. Please don't become invisible on us, and wherever you go, do not become invisible. Don't let that little bump in the road, right, steer you off your path. Find someone at whatever school you're going to. It does not have to be a teacher, does not have to be a faculty member. It could be someone who is in student activities. It could be someone who you just find an affinity to, that you can work with that person, because if you get magnetized to the institution, you will stay there. So those 20 or 21 who are coming to York, we're going to keep you until you graduate, because you have shown that you can close the deal. So welcome to this wonderful celebration.
Thank you, President Keys. And now we're going to hear from the principal, whom many of you know quite well. You see her daily, and she's throughout the halls of the Early College Academy and has been shepherding you through this whole process from the very beginning. Principal Deborah Burnett-Worthy.
Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, those of you who know me know I don't need a microphone. I can't believe that these are the same adorable sixth graders that I met in 2006 when we started on this 7-year journey. There were 81 of you then, and there are 71 of you still here. And those who know me with a microphone know that, you know, I could go on and on about how fabulous you are, so I'm not going to do that. I get a chance to talk to you 2 weeks from now at your graduation. Can you imagine? I've been saying 7 years, 6 years. 2 weeks from now, that magical day is here. I will say this before I turn the podium over to our esteemed guests. The statistics on graduation in South Jamaica, Queens, when I first came here as a principal 7 years ago, were dismal. Even more dismal when you consider the statistics specifically on African Americans, on minorities, on males. I am so proud to say that you have kicked those statistics in the teeth. 98% of that graduating class, whether here or at another high school, will be graduating high school. 98% of you have made it. 99% of you with 3 or more college credits. 99% and 25% of you with over 50 college credits. 5 years. I am so, so proud. And I want you to continue as you go on in your lives to take statistics, any limits, any ceilings, anyone who tells you that you can't achieve, remember what you did here. I am so proud. I will see you on the 25th.
Thank you, Principal Worthy. Now, many of you see him on the television. You may see him walking through halls or town hall meetings. But if you get up early on Sunday morning when the sun rises, you may see him jogging. And you may see him shooting a few hoops in the morning, all before he goes to his house or his place of worship on a Sunday morning. He's busy. He is someone who actually happens to have grown up in this county of Queens. And he has remained in this county as he worked to serve the entire city as now the Chancellor of the New York City Department of Education. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming our Chancellor, Dennis Walcott.
Thank you, Earl. And first, let me say good morning to all of you. It is really a pleasure to be here this morning, and to Dr. Keys, President of York, to your great principal, to all the teachers, and the parents and the staff who are here. I want to thank you for your leadership and work on behalf of our students. But really, I want to say to all the students, I can't think of a better way to start the morning, quite frankly. I mean, this really is a great way to start the morning, because I had a chance to talk to a number of you, and just listening to you talk about the seriousness of school, the seriousness of what you've been able to do, your plans for the future, to me is something that's totally worthwhile. The pride that I have in all of you is just tremendous. Whether you're going to be a nurse, electrical engineer, performing arts, all the other careers you talked about, you guys have it all together. And that's as a result of having great leadership at your school, having great family members to support you, but most importantly, have the resilience to continue on and be determined as far as your future success is concerned. And, you know, Earl was talking about the way I start out my morning. So just to add to your repertoire next time, I was at the pool this morning at 5:30. I went swimming for a half an hour, and then lifted weights, and then had my oatmeal afterwards. But in all seriousness, you know, coming here to me is the best way to start the morning, because, quite frankly, I was you guys, except you guys are a lot better than I was in high school, and that you are so much further along as far as the opportunities that are available to you for future success. Whether you are going to do whatever you plan in the future, the foundation that has been laid for you as far as your graduation on the 25th of June will prepare you to tremendous success in the future. And you're the first class, correct? Yes. And there's a special responsibility that goes with being the first. You set the tone for future generations who will follow you. And I don't know if you plan to do this or not, but, you know, being the first, your names go on a wall. Whether it's a real wall, a proverbial wall, or a virtual wall, your names will go up there. And people, year after year after year, that follow you will say, wow, they were the first. And so being the first comes that special responsibility to conduct yourself as the representatives of the first graduating class. And that means wherever you go to school, whatever you decide to do for your career, you have to take pride in what you do, because you represent the first. You represent the community. You represent the families who are here today. You represent the teachers and the staff and your principal from your school. And being the first, not just a high school first, but a 6th through 12th first, is even more special as far as the responsibility that all of you have. So I just want to say to all of you, congratulations. I just couldn't be prouder to be here. I can't tell you how this will stay with me the entire day. And quite frankly, I will be bragging about you guys throughout the day, because I mean, to talk to you, the interaction that I had first thing this morning, it's nothing like it. And unfortunately, the media is not here to see who you are, because we're going to brag about you guys. I'm going to talk about you guys. I'm going to really showcase you guys as far as what you've been able to accomplish. I mean, I met one young woman, I think. Who's the one who had 67 credits? If I remember 67? I think 67 credits. That is amazing. I met one person who was like, yeah, no big deal. I was just serious. It was part of my focus. It was part of what I'm expected to do. There are so many of you like that throughout the entire city, and to be a part of you this morning is just a great way to start the morning. So, again, congratulations to all of you, but most importantly, this is just the next step in future success for all of you, because you have your heads on right, you have the foundation there, and you're the first. And when you go out, say it with pride, because it's a prideful thing. And it's not boasting, it's just reality, that I am the first, and you are the first graduate. And as you spread that message, you will really incorporate that pride with others who want to follow you as well. So enjoy your morning. I got to run off to another event, so I just wanted to say thank you for everything that you do, and look forward to all your success.
Will all of the parents, guardians, grandparents, if you came here this morning with one of the students, can you please just stand up for a moment, please? Just stand up for a minute, please. Students, I just want to ask you to join all of us in just applauding all these individuals here this morning, because they have been supportive, and we thank them for all of their support. Thank you very much for standing. Ladies and gentlemen and students, I want to reintroduce to some of you what I'm going to ask to come up to the podium, our Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs, and he also serves as the Provost. He's the one who makes sure all of the grades are in on time by the faculty. He's the one to make sure that all of the classes are on time. He's the one who you may go to the office if things are not going right academically. He's also one who continues to be a scholar and do research. You will see him often throughout the campus, and he also has a number of famous quotes that are all around the campus. And you will see them extremely large, and they're framed, and they're all over the campus. And so he may ask you about some of these quotes, or he may just read some of the quotes to you. Ladies and gentlemen, our Provost and Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Ivor Lloyd Griffith.
A round of applause for Earl, or a round of applause for Earl. I often like to have opportunities to speak in threes. So I've got 3 observations to share with you. The first observation really is to welcome all our students or guests or administrators or supporters from wherever you came. My second task is to give some money away. How many people would love to leave here with $100 that they didn't have? Students, that is. Only students. Only students. So we're going to have someone leave here with $100. We're going to give the $100 from the principal. She only has $100 bill. And so let me tell you how. Would you love to get a $100 bill? What's Christian. Christian. Let me tell you how Christian might get this $100 bill. I will name one individual, and I'll give you 3 questions about that individual. Whomever gets all 3 questions answered correctly, all 3, you don't want to have her tear the $100 bill into 2 or 3, will get the principal's $100 bill. So here goes. The individual we're going to get the $100 bill in relation to is Isaac Newton. And so here, no putting on the smartphones, no setting it up to see Isaac Newton Google. We want to know what country was Isaac Newton born in? Where was he born? We want to know what is at least one of his discoveries or theories, and we want to know what was his disability. Where was Isaac Newton born? What is one of his discoveries or theories, and what learning disability he had? 10, 9, 8, 7, 7, 7, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Nobody wants to get Mrs. Worthy's $100 bills? She's not giving it. She's not giving it up? Okay, so we'll make it $200 bills from the president of your college. Okay, so we have one taker. All right. Stand up.
Isaac Newton.
Isaac Newton. Where was he born?
Stockholm?
No, let's get somebody else. You're wrong. I saw a hand over there. Yes, you were looking around. Did you have your hand up? Stand up. Stand up and tell us. At least give it a try. United Kingdom, that's one right.
December 25th?
No, what was one of his discoveries? Yes, he was born in December. Yeah.
Okay, December.
So, what was one of his discoveries or theories? All right, so, well, let me tell you why, if I can have your attention. I want you to find out those three things for yourselves about Isaac Newton. But I'll tell you why I'm invoking Isaac Newton's name. Isaac Newton was a very distinguished mathematician and theorist. And like many scientists still now, was a very quirky guy. He had these running battles with other scientists about who discovered what. He used to put people down, and he had one guy who he had this running letter writing campaign back and forth with, a guy called Robert Hooke, another physicist. And he wrote a letter to Robert Hooke in 1676 in which he said, sarcastically, if I have seen further, it's because I've been standing on the shoulders of giants. Robert Hooke was teasing him about his discoveries. And he was making the point, in a different way, his discoveries were possible because of giants. And I like to invoke Robert Hooke's name at celebrations like this so that we can remember that none of the achievements you students would have had were done by you alone. They were done because of giants with you, around you, before you. Some of those giants are called your parents. Give them a round of applause. And some parents maybe didn't get to go to college. Some of those giants are your grandparents. Some of them are your priests, or your rabbis, or your imams, or your whomever. Some of your giants are your coaches, your counselors, your principal, assistant principals, and teachers. And so my message to you is, as you celebrate the achievements today and in a week or two, remember your giants. And since this is college and this is going into college, here's an assignment. The assignment is to make a list of at least 12 giants in your life and find a way to thank them. It doesn't have to be something expensive. It doesn't have to be $100. It can be a simple card for Father's Day coming up if one of your giants is your priest who's male, or your dad, or your uncle, or your grandfather. It can be simple flower that you give to your mom. It can be that one of your giants is your boyfriend or your girlfriend. Send him or send her a text. Tweet her saying, love you, thank you. But find a way not to assume that you did this all by yourself and that you can simply move from one celebration to the next. Remember your giants. Now here's my final assignment to myself. When I come back to Mr. Simons' reference to quotes, and I want to leave you with one of my favorite quotes. I don't have enough copies for everyone, but we can have copies made for you. And it's a quote from a very distinguished educator called Benjamin Mays. Benjamin Mays was both a long-standing president of Morehouse College in Georgia. He was a great Baptist pastor, and he was one of the mentors of Martin Luther King. He wrote several books. And I like something that I think is relevant to you as you go into your next phase from high school to college. And what Benjamin Mays said, and I have it, this quote says, the tragedy of life does not lie in not reaching your goal. The tragedy lies in having no goal to reach. It is not a calamity to die with dreams unfulfilled, but it is a calamity not to dream. And so I'd like to ask you, as you begin to set the stage for your life, going from high school to college, this is the time to have dreams. And this is the time not to ensure that you live a life that is calamitous, without thinking of what you want to do, without thinking of how you're going to make a contribution to your society, wherever it is. But as you dream, dream with a view to having the dreams be fulfilled. And so let me give you 2 bits of advice as you contemplate dreaming, going from high school to college, things that might enable you to be successful in college. One of the things you'll find about college is you got a lot of courses to take. But remember that college is not only about courses. It's about a collection of experiences, only some of which are the courses. So when you get to college, join a club, join a sorority, join a fraternity, get involved in sports, go a study abroad. If there isn't a club that you like, form one. Don't go through college only focusing on the courses for your major. College is about broadening your horizon, central to which are the courses, but it is not only about the courses. It's about broader experiences. And here's my second bit of advice. Don't pursue anything less than excellence. There are some people who, in their wisdom, are going to think that because you're black or Hispanic or a woman, or because you have a name that they can't pronounce, you should be comfortable with mediocrity. No. Your giants deserve better than mediocrity. You deserve better than mediocrity. And so always earn, always pursue getting to the highest possibility. Now, it is not only excellence to get the A, or to get the subsequent A's, or whatever is a mark of excellence. It is excellence to earn it. So plagiarism, no. Cheating, no. It is not only the outcome that matters, it is how you earn that excellence. So pursue excellence, remember your giants, and I wish you'd won that $100 bill.
Thank you, Provost. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to ask now Dr. Lynn Clark to come up. Dr. Clark serves, as mentioned in your program, she serves as the Dean of our School of Health and Behavioral Sciences. That's one of the 3 schools here at York College, and it happens to be one of the largest schools out of the 3 schools. Dr. Clark is going to come up and go to one of the exciting parts of the program, where it's focused on you, students.
I'm actually standing back here because when I get to some data, I want to make sure I read it correctly. But I really want to say good morning. Good morning. Okay, I think we had a better one in the beginning. Good morning. Good morning. Wake up again. Okay. This is a legacy class. I have been 2 years at York College, and it's been really a pleasure to work with YECA, the administration, in a partnership here with York. Not only do I run the School of Health and Behavioral Sciences, but I'm the administrator that oversees the YECA program with YECA Academy. But you are a really impressive class, and because I really want parents and others to hear, and I want you to hear how impressive your class was in our college program here and are really ready to go on to college. So I want to share 2 impressive areas with you right now. And if you want, you can follow it in back. I gave it in the description of the YECA program. But let me just first say, completing college coursework, okay? Every one of you, you've heard already from people that every 71 of you have taken some college coursework here, anywhere between 2 credits to 67 credits. And that is really amazing. I know what the other early academies do, and this is really one of the outstanding classes, not just here at York, but at the other academies. Out of that, the class there were about 35% or 25 seniors in this group who completed 2 to 44 credits of college coursework. 45% or 32 seniors earned 45 to 59 credits. And 14 seniors, or 20% of your class, earned 60 to 67 credits with a cumulative GPA of 3.0 and higher. And you're going to say, what is a cumulative GPA of 3.0? We here in college, and most colleges run on a 1 through 4 point system, and our letter grade is equal, a 4 is equal to an A. So here we're talking about a group of students that got a 3.0 and higher that have really a B or all the way into the A range of a cumulative grade point average. The second accomplishment that is very impressive too is all of you will be doing something in the fall. You'll either be attending college, going into the military, or seeking a job. So let me just say, as of May 7th, we went back and looked at the data, and it really is highly impressive. 80% of you are going on to college next year in the fall. Out of that, there is still a remaining percent that will be going into the military or work. But let me say, I think on the efforts of CUNY and York, we have recruited people, and we're very happy that they're going into a CUNY college. And out of that, 43 seniors will be attending a CUNY college next year. And out of that, you heard President Keyes, 11 seniors have already been accepted, and 14 more are pending acceptance here at York. So I think this is really an accomplishment of what you can do when you just take off with a little bit of coursework and a little bit of background that you've gained in your programs, high school programs, your 6 through 7 programs. It shows that you really do have the resilience to keep going and going and going. The remaining of those students attending college will be either attending a SUNY college, and a few others will be attending a private college. But I really want to give you a round of applause because it's highly impressive, highly impressive. So let me give a round of applause. As Mr. Simon said, I get the good part of the program. We get to recognize and honor you now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to first ask your assistant principal, Mr. Angelis, to come up to the podium. And I'm also going to ask 2 other special people, Ms. Callender, a 12th grade teacher who really spent, I think, her life on this campus this year. But also, I'd like to know what she did on mileage going back and forth between YECA, the academy, and here. And also a very special person who really is the liaison, is the manager on York's part for doing the work on preparing the college programs, scheduling, always being there to help you. And that is Michelle Newhouse. Could I ask those 2 people to come up too?
So, first of all, good morning, everybody. All right.
fourth time here in Good Morning today. Before I announce the names, I want to acknowledge just two more giants in the room, and who have been, the backbone of this program, and have really, put all their effort into ensuring that each one of you are graduating on time with your college credits. And it's important that we acknowledge both Linda Perry, our parent coordinator, and also Marissa Callender. Again. Okay, so could the following seniors come forward as I read your name? These seniors are being recognized for successfully earning 2 to 29 credits of college coursework with a GPA of 2.0 or higher. Najee Frazier. Keon Owens. Harris Smith. Adina Cephas. Claudesia McCaddy. Rayvon Morton. Ramel Leonard. Sherelle Francois. Trisha DePaul. Taylor Goodwin. Jasmine Cattouse. Rain Palmer. Shanique Gooden. Christian Benacourt. Rosalina Rosa. Sean Ennis. And Ajay Dabadine. Okay, so could the following seniors come forward as I read your names? And the next group are seniors who are being recognized for successfully earning 30 to 44 credits of college coursework with a GPA of 2.0 or higher. Andrea Bachus. Shalani Constantine. Rabindranath Dhanarambir. Tomas Greer. Christopher Omodewu. Brandy Richcott. And Lisa View. Lisa View. So could the following seniors come forward as I read your names? These seniors are being recognized for successfully earning between 45 and 59 college credits with a GPA of 2.0 or higher. Jania Adams. Tiffany Adams. Donraj Bachu. Jared Bowen. Faith Brown. Khalil Canty. Shanice Chin. Nathaniel Triscoll. Shadana Duncan. Shamir Fisher. Lashona Francis. Tracy Garnier. Akila Gordon. Vishal Green. Malik Hardwell. Joshua Johnson. Daryl Jones. Adele Joseph. Serena La Mohammed, Sierra Meadows, Zaza Medwinter, Annie Olasopo, Shervinja Praswad, Clayjon Price, Ashley Rowe, Andre Surnarain, Aaliyah Smith, Ayana Stallings, Malik St. John, Mercedes Talley, Sirjana Toussaint, and David Volsi. So the next group of seniors are being recognized for successfully earning between 60 and 65 college credits with a GPA, cumulative GPA of between 3.0 and 3.49. So will Adam Burrell please come forward? Chelsea Christmas, Stephen Gongram, Oliver Garnethier, Janine Gordon, Sean Rodriguez, Elaine Suko, Spencer Williams, and Walima Wahab. The next group of students have earned between 60 and 65 college credits with a cumulative GPA of 3.5, actually between 3.5 and 3.8. Will Gregory Brown please come up? Melvin Hines. Janae Hunter. Okay. Aliyah Karimbash. Alfredo Rodriguez. So in addition, I also want to highlight that these students also receive recognition for being on the Dean's List at your college.
There are two more special awards. These are awards of distinction, and I get to say their names, and could you please come up? And I'm going to tell you why they're awards of distinction. Elaine Succo had 67 credits, the maximum here. And Gregory Brown doesn't just have a GPA, the highest here, of a 3.8. It's almost a 3.9, 3.894. All right, I'm going to ask President Keyes and Mrs. Worthy, Burnett Worthy, to come up. I just want to say, the pins and the pens you have, we were given as donations by Barnes & Noble. And can you pick up the baskets, Michelle and Marissa? And they also contributed 2 baskets, gift baskets. And what I'm going to ask Mrs. Worthy, Mrs. Burnett Worthy, and I'm going to ask President Keyes, is to pick a name out of it. We put all your names in. If the student is not here, they don't get the basket. We go again. So I want each one to pick one person and tell us who it is.
Okay. It is Lisa Vu.
Not here, pick again. If you're not here, you don't get it.
And you're all going to tell her about it too, aren't you? This person's here. Jania Adams.
Congratulations.
This person is Zane Frazier.
No, she's not here.
Stay up here for a
Joshua
picture.
Johnson.
2013, graduating class of 2013. Please stand so we can give you all a round of applause. Come on, stand up.
Let him hear you. Let him hear you.
Oh, stand up, all the legacy class students. Congratulations. Before I conclude, you can sit down now. Before I conclude this event, I know, you know, when you plan an event, there are numerous people to thank, and I really want to recognize all of them. So I'm actually going to read all their names. I want to thank all today's speakers. I want to thank, as you heard, Barnes & Noble Bookstore, VP Dolores Schwerin, who actually got the food service to donate this breakfast, and also Barnes & Noble. Elaine Silverman and Aladdin Food Services, our college food services. Sherry Ann Fordham Grant, who helped set up all with the building and grounds, the arrangements. Juan Batista, my assistant, and I don't know where he's gone. Okay. Who really jumped in to do a lot more than we expected to do. Daisy Davis Creedle, who is from the president's office, and she's the lady that signed you in this morning. Marcia Maxey Connery, she is the one that got the photographer, and I really want to thank him for being here. And also to get the media. We will get some media out on this today. Michelle Newhouse, Curtis Thomas, our graphics artist, Earl Simon, who you've met as our MC today, myself, Marissa Callender, Linda Perry. Those are the people that really were behind the scenes. And again, in ending this event today, we really want to congratulate you, wish you the best if you go on to college or to an employment job in the fall. And we also, because most of us are coming to your graduation on the 25th, we also wish you a good graduation. And for those coming to York, we can't wait to have you. And you start a new journey with us. So really, congratulations to everyone here. Thank you for coming.